Introducing first the fighter to my left, fighting out of the B2 Digital blue corner. He represents Queen City Grappling Club. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. From Carlisle, Ohio, Jimmy Sandstorm Sandlin. And his opponent to my right, fighting out of the red corner, is from Indianapolis, Indiana. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Representing American top team of Indianapolis, Gavin Agnew.
So Jimmy Sandlin was HRMMA's 170-pound champion. 4 years of college wrestling. Talking about a guy that's wrestled since the first grade.
In the state of Ohio, very accomplished high school wrestler.
It's impressive within itself.
Sure.
You know, both these guys, pivotal point in their career, I would think. You know, 1-1, both of them. They've had tough fights. It's hard to get two guys at this point in their career to fight each other on a card like this, you know?
Gavin Agnew didn't seem to be taking the 1-2 punch from Sandlin very well.
What do we think of Agnew's mustache, really?
It looks like Dan Severn.
Hard punches being thrown there, both guys. What we talk about?
I would say, you know, he could be in line for a job being a state trooper as well. And we're off to the boxing match between two very high-end wrestlers. And to be honest with you, I think Sandlin looks to have a little bit of the edge.
He just looks a little bit more comfortable right now.
Wow.
Very good straight right down the pipe.
Very good overhand right.
And that was enough to say, hey, maybe we should try this ground thing a little bit.
And Sandlin's quick up to his feet. You know, wrestlers, they almost take it as a sign of defeat if they ever go to their back in an MMA bout. Sandlin jumped right back up. If you look at Sandlin, he's constantly meddling with the front leg of Agnew, but there's no intent behind it. It's more of just a touch.
There it is.
And I think it's in order to create an opening more than it is to create damage, which is I think what we just saw there.
He could be using it to set something later, reach in for the leg and then come back with a punch. I've seen that used many times.
Or he's looking for a movement. You know, he's getting information. He's looking for a movement so we can capitalize it at a later exchange.
Agnew is on the top. According to his jiu-jitsu rank, he's a blue belt with 4 stripes.
Okay.
That doesn't mean everything. He's been training no-gi for many years.
That looked like a
good body
back of the head.
Wow.
You know, if you look at Agnew, that exchange against the fence happened in his corner. And if you look where he's at right now, he seems to be kind of circling in order to continue walking Sandlin towards his corner, or he's walking back. He's constantly trying to stay on the side of the cage of his corner, which is very intelligent. Sandlin has got some heavy hands. You know what I'd like to see Sandlin do? I'd like to see Sandlin put a couple more punches together rather than just one.
Is Agnew working on a front headlock?
See what he does with this. If he's going to try to utilize it to go for position, get a guillotine.
You like those guillotines, don't you, Chris?
That's my favorite, but I mean, a lot of people, especially from the wrestler background, will just try and use this to get behind the person.
Which is what Agnew seems to be doing.
Yeah.
Sandlin is more concentrating on getting that double leg and putting Agnew's back to the mat.
Good job of Agnew by turning around right there.
And you know, when you're going to break from a clinch like that, I would suggest you throw caution to the wind and throw a heavy, heavy punch because if there's an opportunity to land, it's going to be when somebody's repositioning away from the fence.
Oh, wow.
A lot of
Sandlin's-
punches being landed right there by Sandlin.
I think we just saw that combination that we were just talking about, which is something that he should be doing every single clinch in exchange.
But then
Sandlin's-
at the same time, he just kind of gave up his back when he did that.
Sandlin's striking is looking very crisp.
Absolutely.
Agnew is staying alive.
Yeah.
Well, you got two guys that have wrestled their entire lives, so you got to figure at the same levels, I might add. So you got to figure it's going to cancel itself out. It's going to come down to stand up. And if they're wrestlers, the mental toughness between these two is unparalleled as compared to other athletes.
I definitely agree with that.
This is a hard fight, hard round to judge.
Yeah, I mean, both guys have been on top a little bit. Both guys have landed some punches. I would say Sandlin really
That last
landed
punch, that last punch at the end of the round bothered Agnew. I think he's gonna. If you look at his left eye, I think between this round and the next round, you're going to see a big mouse over his left eye. That last punch really connected hard for Sandlin.
I just think Sandlin landed more damaging punches in that round, more clean shots, I would say.
It appeared to be the case, in my opinion, too.
Yeah.
I mean, both guys. I mean, you know what? I would be willing to say though, it's going to matter what happens in the next few rounds. At this pace, I don't think they can keep it. I think somebody's going to get tired, and that's going to be the difference in the fight.
There's a lot of volume, and if you're talking about difference in terms of gas tanks. If you look at Sandlin, he's got his mouthpiece in, and if you look at Agnew, he's off the stool early.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Man, Sandlin was very conversational in between rounds. Like he's asking questions, he's getting data. So we're going to see what kind of adjustments that these two individuals have made in between rounds. Sandlin's a little more flat-footed this round than he was in the first round. He's hopping around on the outside, but when he comes to dig in, he's very flat, which takes away from power. See, now, the thing about Sandlin is he's coming with combinations, and he's coming with combinations, which is something that we had said that he needed to kind of work on in the beginning of the first round.
He's coming with heavy punches right now. He smells blood.
He sure does.
Yeah, he is cutting hard. Wow.
Good stoppage right there. He hit him, hurt him.
And
Agnew
is
still a little wobbly. Yeah.
What a performance by Jimmy Sandlin.
Man.
Well, he jumped on him. He jumped on him at the beginning of the round.
He did exactly what he needed to. As soon as he smelled blood, he went for the kill.
And Chris, we had mentioned that there was a lot of conversation taking place in Sandlin's corner.
Yeah.
And it was him asking questions and importing data. Do you think they may have said to jump on him with a combination?
I definitely would have. I mean, it just seemed like what we talked about earlier. Every time he landed a punch, it just seemed like it hurt Agnew a little bit more. You know what I mean? You could see his head jeering back, and you could just tell it hurt him a little bit more. So I would have said jump all over him right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this fight at 41 seconds of round number 2, declaring the winner by knockout, Jimmy Sandstorm Sandlin.
All right, I'm here with former HRMMA amateur champion, potentially future champion soon, Jimmy Sandlin.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely hunting for the pro belt. I just want to point out I broke my hand 3 times last year. This fight didn't happen, so a little running joke within HRMMA, but I'm definitely chasing that pro belt. I'm going to need a few more fights, though, so I don't want to rush it, but I felt pretty good today.
Jimmy, that first round was pretty evenly matched. Were you planning on that from Gavin? Were you taking a round off just to see how it goes?
I was definitely feeling him out. Honestly, his striking did surprise me. He caught me with a really clean body kick. Definitely felt that I just tried to put a poker face on, but I figured we'd get pressed against the cage a few times. I thought he might try to grapple me a little bit, but I just tried to weather the storm and then pick it up in the second and third round.
Who do you want to thank, Jimmy?
Man, so many people has helped me. I kind of took 1 month off, but I've been training nonstop since April. I made a gym switch. I'm at Queen City Grappling Club. But first, I want to thank Ferreris Golden, Mel Towers, and everybody at Queen City, Wes, Juan, Ruben, all my training partners. They're right behind me. A lot of them came. A lot of them are watching the pay-per-view. Honestly, I'm living a dream right now because being a pro athlete was one of my life goals. And also, my son was born just over 3 weeks ago, so I'm definitely living the dream. Super blessed to have him and all the love and support around me. So thank you guys, everybody at Queen City Grappling Club, everybody that's been coming to open mats, helping me train. And big shout out to Wes from Queen City Grappling Club. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming down to help corner and support.
Give it up for Jimmy Sandlin.
All right.
Now he's talking about chasing belts, Chris.
I know.
What do you know about our champion?
Well, we got Cameron Van Kent. You know, he's been on the verge of getting out and going to the next level here for a while. But if he's hasn't done it, that's the belt. That's what you're trying to get to. So
Absolutely.
that's a very tough order. But
And here's the flurry.
it was a good knockdown right there, and then he just does exactly what he should do right now is jump on him and continue to throw hard punches in him or face.
To Sandlin's credit, a lot of times wrestlers will lead with their power hand because that's their natural way to shoot. And Sandlin has made the adjustments and was leading with his left foot, and it was incredibly impressive.